Maybe. Also, astronaut space when last week, how much we have learned? Economic nationalism. Yeah. Yes. Yes, you were telling that how much we have learned economic nationalism. We have to start economic nationalism. Means liberalism. Okay, of nationalism. Liberalism. We have to start. Yes. Okay. What are things we have learned? You just start with what was the name of the painting of Florio? Tell them what's first. Yes, Swami. Then, what is your book? I not nothing is there. So, Mama, tomorrow stay able. What time?
7:30.
Then afterwards, science labs. I know it is not.
After 11. 11.
10:45. Then afterwards, 11 o'clock onwards. Your schools are closed, yeah?
Yes.
Now, this month is the time that maximum focus will be. Then afterwards, it will be very less focus will be there. And November onwards, your mock test will start. So your focus to be completed. Attendance after this one. Can you tell what was the name of that? Okay. Then, what was the peculiarity of this painting? Company? Yes. What? Peculiarity of the painting. Right. Fast. What is peculiarity? And peculiarity means speciality. What this painting tells us, what's about. Okay. Yes, you right. Last week present. You can right. This chapter was finished in my school, no? So I also have to complete it first. Can you tell anything about that painting?
Ma'am, she was not
Once the school में पढ़ाई होंगे ना?
I was on the team.
Okay, in school also.
The painting shows the utopian vision of the painter about how he wanted the European nation states and the European and American countries to look like. In the photo, we can see people of the country wearing their traditional clothes and carrying their flags and walking towards the Statue of Liberty to pay homage to the statue as they pass by and become a nation state. On the ground of the painting, you can see broken grounds that show how aristocracies were broken and the countries were democratic and they gained freedom. And on top of the painting, you can see Christ and the angels guarding them as they go by, and the word fraternity or brotherhood was written as all the nation states live together in unity.
Yes. So it was a kind of painting that was made in 1848 when majority of the countries are not nation states. We have seen USA and Switzerland were nation states. So his utopian idea came true after some time. So that much he visualized through his paintings. And we have taken, that is, we have discussed what's the nation state. Homework completed or not? I have given you some homework also. Not done. No, this excuses will not work. Homework also given. What is nation state? What are the features of nation state? Then I have given you the question. What were the ideas introduced by the revolutionary, French revolutionaries in order to make that to increase the commoners feeling. Okay. Yes. So next time, that one or two questions I was giving that to be completed. No, it's not so. Huh? So skill.
I have done that question, but I haven't done this question.
What's the nation state? I have written on the board also. What are all the features of the nation state? Yes, yes. Now, after that, we have studied about what were the measures introduced by the revolutionaries. Then we have also studied about Napoleon. Then next thing is the making of nationalism. That is, example, Austria-Hungary as a patchwork nation. Then aristocracy and new middle class we have studied. Now let us continue with our discussion on liberal nationalism. Okay, what is liberalism? Introduction part we have studied. Sorry. Next is almost done. Okay. What is liberalism? See, the word liberalism originates from the Latin word liber, which means free. So, in order to make a freedom, that is what the concept of liberalism. Yes, you can. So that will help you to complete. So, the word liberalism originates from the Latin word liber, which means free. Next thing is about this liberalism is used in different aspects. That Means politically what does it mean, economically what it means, and generally, culturally what is liberalism mean. Let us see what is liberalism mean generally. It stood for the end of autocracy. So first, liberalism stood for the end of autocracy. What is autocracy? Autocracy, anybody? No? Dictatorship. Okay, autocracy means dictatorship. So it means the end of autocracy and clerical privileges. What is clerical privileges? In France, we know that the clergy enjoyed some privileges. So end of clerical privileges. So here privileges, end of clerical privileges, and a constitution and representative government through parliament. So, first is end of autocracy, then end of clerical privileges, and third one, tell no. More the same response. Which one you are having?
Also related.
But see, it is based on a constitution and a representative government. Okay, so constitution this is what according to French Revolution. It's just either write or mark or like that. These all points are very important. You will take it after a long time. Anyhow, this year, 2 session exam is not there. So full you have to write, you know, next year onwards, 2025-26. Okay. So, what all things it mean? End of autocracy, end of clerical privileges, constitution and representative government. That means the parliament based. That is what liberalism according to French Revolution. Now, we know that one more point, a very important point is that 19th century liberals also stress the inviolability of private property. What is inviolability? We know that earlier property belonged to clergy and nobles, especially nobles enjoyed all the property. Now, when this liberal ideas came into being, people began to demand that everyone should have the right to property. So they questioned about that is unchangeable condition of this property. This one. So these all things are there according to what is liberalism in France. Now next part is regarding the right to vote. Do you remember after French Revolution, who got the right to vote?
Or when
25.
who own private property or paid wages equal to 3 days of the labor.
So that means taxes equivalent to 3 days workers. So 3 conditions were there. What were there? Only men. Then second above 25 years. Then third one is that taxpayer. What was the tax condition? 3 days workers' wages.
Or rich to own private property.
Means naturally it comes to that highest income bracket. Okay, so these people were called active citizens. Do you remember this word? Yes. Active citizens were the men above 25 years, taxpayer, 3 days workers' wages and taxes. Now, this revolution have taken place and the modern period started. Nationalist ideas emerged. They were demanding for the right to vote to all. So then afterwards there was a change during the period of Maximilian Robespierre.
Reign of terror.
Reign of terror. So that time, everyone above 25 years got the right. That is men. Above 25 years got the right to vote. Clear? Maximilian Robespierre's time, what was the change? All men above 25 years got the right to vote. There also, women were considered as minors. So that was the condition. Then Napoleon came. He reversed all these policies. Right to vote was completely reversed. According to his likes only, he introduced that one. So the right to vote was a big question mark during that liberal nationalism. Got it? Do you remember when the women in France got the right to vote?
Ma'am, in 1945.
45 or
48.
48. Women got the right to vote in 1948. So this many years they were fighting. 48.
45 India. 47. World War II. 45, and then 3 years after that the women got the right.
Formation of UN. Formation of
After the formation.
That's still really. That's still really.
So you can, I'll tell you, confirm it and tell, because 9th standard,
It's given in the last
one box.
Ma'am, that box about that allow women's role in the French Revolution allow.
Otherwise, political science also it is given. One box is given when that is ordered. Not here. Okay. You understood this one? What is this right to vote? Next topic is about economic nationalism. What is the liberal ideas about that nationalism? See, in economic sphere, nationalism means freedom for the movement of goods and capital. What does it mean? Freedom for the movement of goods and capital. That is what economic freedom. Why this point is a big question mark? Movement of goods and capital. See, at that time, there were different places where the taxes were collected. One example is given about Germany. Germany was divided into 39 municipalities and more than 11 custom zones were there. Every place 5% taxes were collected. If a trader moving from one place to another, how many custom places he is traveling, that many places 5% customs he had to pay. And every area, the unit and measurement were different. So it was very difficult for those people to calculate also, and the traders to pay that customs duty. So that was a great problem they faced. During the time of Napoleon, we have seen unified weights and measures. Okay, free market, everything introduced, but still in Germany these all things were not introduced. So Germany was facing a big problem, that is the traders or the merchants had to face so much custom union. Union was not formed, custom places, and they had to pay 5% duty on each piece. So there was a need for a custom union. Do you know what is custom union? You know that our government is having that a custom duty. Custom duty. Do you know what is custom duty? If anything is imported from other countries, so custom duty is to be paid in the airport itself.
Ma'am, just a second, can you repeat the definition? I just tried.
But it's the
Custom duty.
custom duty is the duty levied. The duty levied, D-U-T-Y, duty levied, levy, L-E-V-I-E-D. That is the duty levied by the government levied, L-E-V-I-E-D. I will tell you. Levied by the government for the imported goods. For the imported goods. Okay. See, levied means charged. So government is fixing it. Means the government is having a fixed amount for the different products. Why it is we are also, our country also producing the same product. So in order to protect, earlier time it was introduced to protect the local industries. For example, earlier television sets, Indian companies were manufacturing. So when the people who are working abroad, they are bringing that foreign products. Are you getting the point? Foreign products, a foreign television. An example, Sony. So when this television set is brought in India, why they are bringing? Because there the cost is less. So they are bringing. But now Indian traders, Indian companies are facing a problem because they cannot compete with the foreign companies, the standard of the foreign companies. Are you getting? So those who can afford foreign television sets, they are importing it. Those who cannot afford, they cannot get at that price. So till 1990s, 91, that time only, that is liberalization policy started. Till that time, the government used to levy very heavy duty on this imported products, only for protecting Indian producers. Because Indian producers cannot compete with the foreign products quality.
Foreign products quality was considerably better.
Better. But that product, an Indian common person could not buy at that time.
Because it was expensive.
Very expensive. That is why they could not buy. Now, after liberalization, all these things are available at our local markets.
And also, I believe it has been.
Yes, that is what. Everything. That is when we are going to a nearby showroom, you are getting everything. So it is not costly also. People can afford also. So this kind of condition, that is what a customs duty. It is one of the most important means of getting taxes to the government. Did you get this point? So that time, this way union was not there. So every small principalities are fixing their own custom duty. So who is affected? The traders were affected. Because the traders who are carrying their products from one place to another, they have to pay the taxes. So in 1834, they formed a custom union which is called Zollverein. What is Zollverein? It is a custom union formed at the leadership initiative of Prussia. What is Zollverein? Custom union formed at the initiative of Prussia. When was it formed? 1834. This point is clear? 1834 at the initiative of Prussia. So you can get 3 questions on that. When? 1834. Then who took the initiative? Prussia. And what was the name of that? Zollverein. So when Zollverein was formed, this type of unethical calculation, unethical custom duty was ended. Clear? So what is the use of it? It was made free. The trade become free. If a person has to sell the product to another part, through that custom union, that the price will be fixed. Unit also will be fixed. So because of that, free trade began to be established. Liberalism is clear. What is the name of the custom union? Zollverein. Sit. You should remember that after a long time only this one, when a test is coming, of course it is. But finally, everything to be learned is very difficult. So each and every terms and words, years and places, if we are thoroughly learning, last moment it will not be difficult. Okay, understood? Now what is the next topic? Now next topic is about conservatism. Do you know what is conservatism? Have you ever heard of it? The points you have taken up. Yes, you tell if you heard about the conservatism. Hmm? Hmm? Conservatism, the word conservatism. Hmm? Not heard. Okay. You
Not like to conserve the heritage and like agriculture and all customs and everything had to be reserved, but they didn't have to go under rule, as in they didn't have to go back to autocracy, but they still had to kind of conserve their old culture heritage.
okay. Yes. Okay. Conservatism is opposite to that liberal ideas. What is that liberal ideas means based on that getting Freedom.
It's mostly generated.
Okay. So this conservatism means preservation of the old systems. What was the old system? What you have told, monarchy, church, old institutions to be preserved. Now, we know that after a great revolution only, monarchy was abolished and the republic was established. So now, is it possible to make it go back? Now, we have learned about Napoleon. What Napoleon did?
Which is the way to almost
Ah,
each and every part of the country and said that I was protesting against the people who were there at the power that time, but actually he was doing, he was spreading the gunfire throughout the country.
world.
World.
He was turned out to be a world conqueror, and all the places he established the same system which was there in France. Now, what see, other countries also dictatorships were removed, and the system which was in France was established. Did they like it? Actually, kings wanted to be supreme in their own countries. So, some other countries' ruler trying to establish the rule in their country, it is not liked by them. So, that is why all those countries together, all those countries, have you signed up?
It's just management got achieved. Sorry.
So, those countries together wanted to defeat Napoleon. They joined together at a battlefield at Waterloo and defeated Napoleon. Understood? Which battlefield? Waterloo. Waterloo. So Napoleon was defeated. That was in 1850. Waterloo is it was in the northern part of France. We'll see it afterwards. Okay. Map was it. Jointly they defeated Napoleon, and afterwards they decided to form a kind of terms and conditions against Napoleon. That is what they held Congress of Vienna. What was held? Congress of Vienna at the leadership of Metternich. Duke Metternich. Who was this Metternich? Austrian, not Australia, Austrian. Okay, he was the Austrian Chancellor. So, under the leadership of this Austrian Chancellor, the countries joined together at Vienna, and they decided the fate of Napoleon and France. They don't want that France to emerge as a powerful country again. So that is why they have decided, or they have prepared the terms and conditions of Congress of Vienna. What was that? It was known as
Treaty of
Treaty of Vienna. And it is also called New Conservatism. Why is it called New Conservatism? I have already told you conservative governments wanted to bring back the old systems. But here they thought that if the old systems were brought back, people will not like it. Because people fought and put an end to that autocratic regimes. So they wanted some kind of changes. What are the changes they introduced? But here, a modern army, if you are having textbook and all, you just underline what all of the points I am telling. A modern army, page 8, textbook. If volume is there, page number 8, new conservatism after 1815. Sixth line, sixth point. A modern army, an efficient bureaucracy, dynamic economy, abolition of feudalism and serfdom could strengthen the autocratic monarchies of Europe. Have you taken? So underline that point. Textbook also that points are there. Show me, I will read it. Textbook. See here, a modern army and efficient. All these points is very important. Textbook people, have you find out? A modern army and efficient bureau. You marking?
Ma'am, I don't have a
Also, textbook it is the page.
Ma'am, page number.
Page carry. Have you got it? Kaushik?
No, ma'am.
You just show me.
There.
Learn it because new conservatism means all these changes are required. Huh? Got now? Now, how to make it possible? For that, they made a lot of decisions, lot of plans to put an end to France control over the other regions. What all are the measures taken? The first one, the Bourbon dynasty, which had been deposed during the French Revolution, was restored to power. First point, decisions of Congress of Vienna. Bourbon dynasty.
Where is Congress of Vienna?
Yeah?
Congress of Vienna.
Congress of Vienna. Vienna is the capital of Austria. So Congress means meeting held by all those leaders. Okay. So Bourbon dynasty was brought back. We know that in Louis XVI's time only French Revolution had taken. He belonged to that Bourbon dynasty. Now that dynasty was brought back, restored. That was the first change. Got it? Second change. A series of states were set up on the boundaries of France to prevent French expansion in future. Say, new countries were created and placed on the boundaries of France. Further expansion to be prevented. A series of new states were created. Got it? Mark to that point. Are you getting? You mark it. Here also, volume also clearly that points are. Now, third point. Kingdom of Netherlands, which included Belgium, was set up in the north and Genova was added to Piedmont in the south. Have you heard about the Genova and Geneva? These two are different. Eh? Geneva spelling is with that. This one is in Italy. Genoa. So that is why it was added to Piedmont. That we will learn about Italian unification. That time Piedmont we will study. Okay. So Genova was added to which state? Piedmont. Now, next one is that Prussia was given important new territories on its western frontiers, while Austria was given control of northern Italy. So, Prussia was given new territories, and then Austria was given control of northern Italy. Northern Italy, Lombardy and Venetia. This part was given to Austria. This way, restructure that nations and given to that powerful countries. Next important change, the German Confederation of 39 states that had been set up by Napoleon was left untouched. So it remained as 39 states of Confederation. In the east, textbook point by point it is given. Say here. Say. The Bobo liners which had been deposed during the French Revolution was restored to power. France was all this point 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 you just write. So same thing is written in that order as separate. Okay. Now, Russia was given part of Poland, while Prussia was given portion of Saxony. Means, what was the aim behind this redistribution of lands? Yes. The French power should not expand further, and this French should not enter into the territories of Israel. And these countries were given to those who supported in the Waterloo. All those countries got the benefit. Okay. Now next important development is that conservative regime set up in 1815 were autocratic. We have seen Bourbon dynasty was restored. Like that, all areas, all countries that their dictatorship was brought. So conservative regimes were autocratic. Autocratic, dictatorship, all these terms are same. Understood? Next important development, they did not tolerate criticism. This point is also to be underlined. They did not tolerate criticism and dissent. Dissent means disagreement or questioning. Have you seen? And start to curb activities that questioned the legitimacy of autocratic governments. If anybody questioned the legitimacy means legal status of these autocratic regimes were punished.
What is dissent?
Disagreement. Dictatorship. Yeah.
Oh, so they were not ready to listen to any of the
We have studied just before liberalism. Liberalism is a free thinking. And they don't want this kind of liberals to emerge, to curb them. These all things. So they don't like any dissent.
Ma'am, so there comes like a question,
Ah.
what were like the changes that happened after the death because of the Treaty of Vienna, or what decision did the Congress make? On which 5 points do we have to write?
Yes, you have to.
No, ma'am, which because you told us 8 points.
No, Bourbon dynasty, creation of new states, territories. Then another thing was that each new countries were created. Netherlands and all were created.
Russia was given new territories, that one. Then German Confederation, do we have to write?
German Confederation did not touch. They did not touch anything on that.
Ma'am, 5 points are done for the Russia.
That's what I will be covering. You don't have to write 8 points. But see, mostly more points we are telling. What is that? If it is a 5-mark question, you need to elaborate it. Minimum 120 words is required, including 5 main points. If you are not mentioning the points and writing so much big paragraph, you will not get mark. So for every answer to be with that points, that is why I am telling you, you underline this point. Point wise you have.
Ma'am, any 5 points.
Depends upon. Means that should be a proper point. It should not be a half point. Clarity to be there. So sometimes when you are writing, that point you write and underline that point, explanation you give. Before that, there was no this kingdoms and it was created to prevent the expansion. So like that you can make it into the current times. Yeah. So if it is getting only that 5 points are written, that is not enough. You may not get a full mark. If you will tell that, oh, this 5 points will be given, so why we are not getting? So, board is compulsorily making you have to write 120 words and 5 main points. So that points you can explain or elaborate with your own. But you have to underline that what are the main points. You cannot generate a point or create a point of view. Did you get it? Because I was into paper correction for 20 years, CBSE. So I know that how. Yeah. So key points only they are giving. So that the key points you have to expand. What I was saying. What key points? You are your own word. I told you. Listen, how to write. In between, I am telling you that how you can score good mark in board exam. Your ultimate aim is that scoring good mark. So that is why I am giving techniques also. That is how you can score. Not just ask, because you are learning the same thing. So how you have to present it. Okay. This answer is clear to you? Autocracy, the conservative government set up after 1815 were autocratic. Then afterwards we have to see that they did not tolerate any criticism. They did not tolerate any criticism and dissent and sought to curb activities that question the legitimacy of autocratic government. If anybody question the legal status of this governments, they were punished. So that is what the nature of the autocratic governments created after 1850. Then Most of them imposed. So this also used to come for 1 mark. What they have done? They imposed censorship laws to control what was said in newspapers, books, plays, and songs, and reflected the ideas of liberty and freedom associated with the French Revolution. So they censored that all the ideas. That means newspaper or any other publication, you know that the philosophers put forward their ideas. This type of ideas should not be spread. So they did all the measures to curb it. Clear? Next development was that here you can see one cartoon or caricature. What is the difference between cartoon and caricature? Because in French Revolution, this one is these two things are the cartoons and caricatures. French Revolution, print revolution. Okay, so this one is a caricature. Caricature means it is not generating a laugh, but humorously a thought is given. Understood? It is mostly based on that drawing, hand drawing like that. A cartoonist wanted to create a humor, and it is mostly unserious. Okay. Are you getting? This type of questions are also coming. What is it to depict?
What is a caricature?
Caricature also, it is like a cartoon, but it is more this thing that
It shows an idea why, like, it shows an idea, like, even those conveying.
see in a cartoon, what is that? They are talking or like that only. It is that it generate laugh. By seeing itself, we are laughing. But a cartoon generates a thinking. We have to develop or invoke a thinking by seeing a caricature. Okay. So, for example, the kings at that time were drawn like a buffoons and all. Okay. Actually, kings had a position, they were not laughing stock. But those times, the painters made such caricatures of kings like buffoons. Clear? So here the caricature is given about what? The club of thinkers. What was the topic? Club of thinkers. Anonymous caricature dating to 1820. The plate on the left bears the inscription, the most important question of today's meeting, how long will thinking be allowed to us? Understood? So, it is a question mark. How long? Can we think? Good. Then, the board on the right lists the rules of the club, which include the following. Silence is the first commandment of this learned society, means they should keep quiet. Okay, they are sitting together to discuss some matters, but one of the term and condition is that silence. So it indirectly means that to prevent any type of thoughts to come out. Then, to avoid the eventuality whereby a member of this club may succumb to the temptation of speech, muzzles will be distributed to the members upon entry. Means, if any member of this club has a temptation to speak in order to stop that, Muslims will be brought to prevent them from entering into that itself. That is not speak. Entering into that itself will be prevented. So here that is what the one type of caricature or cartoon. So this kind of thoughts and ideas are provided from Britain. Clear or not? Conservative government introduced restrictions on press, restriction on the newspaper. That is why censorship laws were made. Now the next group came to be known as revolutionaries. Have you heard about this word, revolutionaries?
Yes,
What does this mean?
one force people
Revolution. See, we have studied about the liberal thinking, we have studied about the conservatism, but these all are different methods of establishing nation state. Now, a group of people who believed in revolution, that is, in order to establish some change, there is a need of revolution. Sudden or drastic change to be brought. That group came to be known as revolutionaries. Okay, so those people also were a group of people become the part of this making a nation state or introducing nationalism. Got it? We continue next. See, I'll make you to read also how this revolution happened.